I call the Honourable Member Louise Upston.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. This is a government that is focused on the things that matter. That's right. The Canterbury earthquake recovery is the top of everyone's agenda right now. And I was very proud to be part of the parliamentary committee that heard evidence over the last few days, and very ably chaired by Chris Okenvold. Now, we've heard in this House, Mr Speaker, that Labour members won't be playing petty politics. But I have to say I've been enormously embarrassed to be a Member of Parliament, having witnessing the behaviour of some of those members in the past few days. Their pathetic posturing has been embarrassing to me as a member of this House. When submitters take the time to appear before us and provide evidence, they want to know that they are being taken seriously. And, Mr Speaker, this side of the House takes them seriously. And we know that timelines are tight, and that's to be expected in a time of emergency. Mr Speaker, the Prime Minister was in the Taupo electorate last week, and the resounding comment when members of the public came up to him was acknowledging the government's strong leadership in this time of crisis. One of the submitters yesterday acknowledged the fact that there was a short time frame for public submissions, but that was clearly preferable than to having all readings of this bill at once. So instead of the petty politics that some of the Labour members engaged in today, I want to actually bring the voices of those submitters to this House. So, in the words of Christchurch City Council, they're supportive of the bill. They accept the need for a single government-funded agency to coordinate the recovery in Christchurch, and they are grateful for the leadership provided by the government. If we look at Environment Canterbury, they are again supportive of the direction the government has taken in setting up the Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Authority. The Legislation Advisory Committee had some very useful things to say to us, and one of the things that they did at the start of their evidence was to go through a checklist, if you like, Mr Speaker, of the principles when emergency laws are being put together, and they were able to tick all of those boxes with this bill. The New Zealand Law Society acknowledged the extraordinary events in Canterbury need an extraordinary legislative response. Ngāi Tahu's words have been brought to this House already, and I want to just stress the fact that they said that there was extraordinary powers in this bill, but they are not unchecked. They also talked about the fact that natural disasters demonstrate very clearly the need for dedicated leadership, for the clear distribution of responsibilities between entities, clear accountabilities to the people and business of Christchurch, and funding and resources from central government. The Canterbury DHB also came before us, Mr Speaker, and talked about the importance, the actual ability to prevent illness and for people to stay healthy, largely being determined by how they live their lives, and stressed the importance for us to focus efficiently and quickly, but also holistically, on rebuilding Canterbury. Orion also recognised the efforts that the government is putting in by responding quickly and effectively. Selwyn, the very able member for Selwyn, Amy Adams, has spoken about the fact that in her district their council has worked incredibly well to recover from the first earthquake, and they also are supportive of the concept envisaged in the bill by its provisions. Waimakere also are supportive. So I think, Mr Speaker, it's very clear that the voices of the submitters that gave evidence yesterday recognise the fact that this is emergency legislation, recognise that this is extraordinary times and extraordinary powers are being given, but the fact that we need to. And, Mr Speaker, I'm very proud to be part of a government that's committed to rebuilding Christchurch and Canterbury, a government that is focusing on the issues that matter and not playing petty politics in this House. We are focused on getting things done. This is what matters to Christchurch. This is what matters to the country. So, Mr Speaker, I'm very proud to be speaking in support of the second reading of the Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Bill in the second reading. Well done. Good speech.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will please say aye. Aye. The contrary, no. No. The ayes have it. Party vote called for? Party vote called for? The clerk will please conduct a party vote. Thank you.
New Zealand National, 58 votes in favour. New Zealand Labour,
42 votes in favour.
Green Party,
9 opposed.
Act New Zealand,
5 votes in favour.
Māori Party,
Toko whai tau toko ana.
Progressive,
1 vote in favour.
United Future,
1 vote in favour.
Honourable Chris Carter,
1 vote opposed.
Hone Harawira,
1 vote opposed.
Thank you. Honourable members, the ayes are 111, the noes are 11. The motion is agreed to.
Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Bill, second reading.
This bill is set down for committee stage forthwith.
Off to my death.
I declare the House in committee for consideration of the Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Bill.